What do the Spanish football authorities need to do in the aftermath of the tragedy at Atlético Madrid against Deportivo de La Coruña on Sunday? Now, all of the weekend's La Liga action was overshadowed by the tragic events that preceded the Atlético Madrid versus Deportivo La Coruña match on Sunday lunchtime, where a Depor ultra, Francisco Javier Romero, or Jimmy as he was known to his friends, was killed in disturbances not far from the Calderón. Now, the Liga had contacted the RFAF, the federation, hours before the kickoff to see if, in the light of these incidents, the match should go ahead, but they got no response from the RFAF, which says a lot for poor administration at the very top of the Spanish game. Now, some of the other reaction from figures of authority wasn't as reassuring as we might have hoped for. Atleti president Enrique Cerezo, talking after the game, said that it was nothing to do with either team or to do with football itself, which I think was a little ill-judged and ill-timed in the circumstances. Also, Jose Ignacio Wert, who is the Minister for Sport, said that in the past authority hadn't been tough enough on ultra culture. Interestingly enough, it was Paulo Futre, of course, the former Atletico Madrid player, who I think got it closer to the mark in his Monday column in Marca when he said in any supporters group, in any ultras group, there are good people, not so good people and bad people, and pointed out that Atletico had done a lot in the recent past to weed out the rotten apples. But what he did say, which I think struck a chord with anyone, is this just can't happen again. Now, Sergio Busquets was the unlikely figure to show the strikers the way at Mestalla in an entertaining game between Valencia and Barcelona that he decided at the very last in the 94th minute. And before that, the forwards really had missed a few. Luis Suarez completed his 5th La Liga game for Barcelona without a goal. He was pretty unlucky to do so, having had one incorrectly chalked off for offside. I'm sure the Valencia forwards at the other end have felt his pain a little bit. It's now 788 minutes since a Valencia striker scored a La Liga goal, and you could see the frustration from their coach Nuno. And it's clear that Alvaro Negredo, Rodrigo and Paco Alcacer, who's the one who did score that last goal against Wooden Spooners Cordoba, really need to get it together if Valencia's great start to the season isn't going to go to waste. Yes, it's record-breaking Real Madrid, a 16th straight win after they won at Malaga on Saturday night, and they didn't have it easy. Malaga gave them as tough a game as anyone's given them in La Liga for a while. Just 2-1 with Gareth Bale netting a spectacular winner. But typically, Carlo Ancelotti, when asked after the game what it meant to him in terms of achievement, said, well, it means that I'm just the coach of a very, very good team full of excellent players. Yes, it's the Barcelona City derby this weekend between Barcelona and Espanyol, and Barca coming back to their best in recent week with Lionel Messi netting those 2 goal records, and of course the excellent wins over Sevilla and Valencia in La Liga. But a completely different challenge from Espanyol, who've denied them before, notably in the penultimate game of 2006-2007 when they pulled the rug out from under their title bid. It will also be interesting to see how Felipe Caicedo gets on. He was a goal scorer in the win over Levante last weekend, and he could provide that bit of physical threat, which we saw they struggled a little bit when Negredo had his moments in that game at Valencia. So let's see how Caicedo gets on at the Camp Nou. Well, that's it for La Liga Talking Points this week. Please leave your comments below or tweet me at Andy Brassell if you want to get involved. Don't forget to click to subscribe and look at our other videos on Liga, the Bundesliga and Serie A. We will see you back here next week.